Greetings back with another video. In this video, I'm talking about envy and jealousy. You know, I was talking to somebody earlier and we was talking about that P. Diddy documentary, the one on Netflix. We were just talking about how like he didn't have talent. He had the power, but he didn't have talent. He was just like an envious person. Like whoever had the best looking woman, you know, had a high rank status, he wanted their woman. Like he had the money, he had the power, but he wasn't satisfied. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I also was telling him, the guy that I was talking to earlier, that when I was growing up, I had envious friends, and before I even knew what the word envy was, when I was young, you know, I grew up, and the word envy means, and when I grew up, you know, I had friends that I thought was friends. I'm talking about, you know, their parents know my parents, and you know, you sleep over my house one week, I sleep over your house one week. You know, it was growing up in the 90s. You know, a lot of sleepovers was going on, and with kids and stuff. You know, best friends and friends, or what you think is best friends. But yeah, you know, as you grow older, you know, I had some friends that I used to be my friends being envious towards me, you know, like breaking into my house and stealing stuff that's mine, and you know, just jealousy, you know. And I've forgiven them many times, and you know, now thinking about it, you know, I had envious people around me. An envious person is a dangerous person to be around. An envious person will set you up and get you hurt because they don't want to see you succeed, or they don't want to see you do better in life. Maybe they're envy because, you know, you got talent. They're envy because you got a good spouse or a good girlfriend or boyfriend. They're envious because you make more money than them. People get envious over something. I even seen people that got more money get envious over people with no money. I mean, it's crazy how things work. But you know, it's crazy. You know, envy is dangerous. Envy is dangerous. You know, usually when I find out that, you know, someone's a secret enemy or someone envious towards me, you know, I usually try to step away, because you don't know what that envious person's true intentions is. And you know, and it's crazy. You know, you don't know who your enemies are these days. People be in your circle and they be preying on your downfall. To me, that's crazy. You know, so I'm always studying people because of that. Because, you know, you got to be smart nowadays, because there's some people in your circle that will be jealous of you. And, you know, I had somebody who's a good close friend of mine. He also had an envious person that was trying to sabotage what he had going on, because, you know, and I can't really tell the details about it, but you know, there was something going on, and he was envy. The guy was envy, but he didn't have enough knowledge to do something. But he wanted to play the role of the master, but he was still the student. Well, he wasn't even a student yet. He was just like a apprentice, and he wanted to play the role of a master, and the master had to check him and let him know, like, yo, man, there's steps to doing these things. You know, you can't sit there and just, you know, accept something. You know, the rules are the rules. And he wasn't happy about that, and he went to try to slander his name, and you know, just stuff like that. People get envious over, you know, just because, you know, they want to skip steps in life, and you know, it's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, envious people are very dangerous. You know, just be careful on who you let in your circle. You know, envious person could be your spouse, envious person could be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, envious person could be someone that, you know, you grew up with, envious person could be a family member, you know, envious person could be a co-worker. So, you know, always stay protected spiritually. Protect yourself from people that, you know, want to see you fail. Some people just get off on seeing you fail and seeing you destroy your life and make things worse. Some people don't want good intentions for you. And, you know, that's pretty much it on envy and jealousy.